Welcome, everyone. My name is Mash Mackenzie, mental health care activist, usually raising awareness of events, information regarding support if you're caring for someone living with mental ill health and so on. So, with this video, it seems I've just missed World Bipolar Day 2026. So, I wanted to make this video slightly different. And to be fair, I do feel even though we have the benefit of the Awareness Day, it's not this video is not just about the Awareness Day. Just to let you know, the theme for World Bipolar Day 2026 usually is observed on the 30th of March, and I think the hashtag for that one is bipolar strong. What that really represents is it sort of highlights resilience, unity, and strength of those living with bipolar disorder, while also focusing on combating stigma and promoting the importance of community. But with this video, I want to give a sort of a bit of a twist because when you think of it, obviously when that day comes along, I can understand a lot of people, they talk about bipolar, and usually that often is once a year. But on a specific day, let's say, yeah, that's fair enough. We'll talk about World Bipolar Day. They'll probably use a hashtag like the one I've just mentioned, bipolar strong. And as me, they probably will write a little bit of a blog post. But to be fair, when you really look at it, for people living with bipolar and those supporting them, obviously, as I mentioned, I raise awareness of unpaid carers. It's not usually about that just one day. They support or those living with bipolar have to do this every day. Just to let you know, bipolar isn't really just about what we seem to think is mood swings. It's not just really about, whether they're feeling happy one minute or sad the next. Um, it can be like a roller coaster where it's gonna be like highs that can feel almost unstoppable and lows where it can feel impossible to even get out of that roller coaster ride. Bipolar disorder usually affects sleep, energy, and those that support them, that are carers for someone living with bipolar. It can obviously affect relationships, work, so many more things, everything I would say. And all too often, people often don't really see what is actually happening around that person. It can't always be easily that seen. So when we really look at it, it's about influencing that support. It's about those conversations, checking in with someone and holding things together, even when we feel that they're practically falling apart. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, as a mental health carer activist, I do want to raise the awareness on the video about what people don't always seem to get. And that is usually the importance of unpaid carers, friends, family members, those that want to continue supporting someone, whether it's bipolar or any other mental health condition, because it can be emotional, can be exhausting at times, but it's also rooted in that commitment and love, and that support usually matters more than some may realize. Moving away from the awareness and the condition of bipolar disorder, we do have organizations like Bipolar UK who work really hard to provide and raise that awareness of that peer support. They usually create spaces, I believe, where people affected by bipolar disorder, including carers, can actually, talk and share, raise conversations, feel less alone. This is because obviously isolation is one of the most biggest challenges, not only to those living with bipolar disorder, but also to carers. And but when I say carers, I'm talking about unpaid carers. So to finish up, to be honest, awareness isn't usually just around about this understanding bipolar. I think we need to sort of recognize behind that person living with bipolar, there are others in the community that try and support them. It could be, as I said, advocating, listening, or even learning as we go. one thing I'd like to mention about mental health care is we're not trained for that role. We often learn as we go with a fair bit of support. So in the end, really, to wrap this video up, it's just a reminder. Yeah, I've missed World Bipolar Day, but that doesn't mean we can't still have the ongoing awareness and conversation. So it's important, I say, to, regardless of if it's bipolar or not, checking on people, listening without judgment, tackling that stigma. Anyway, I'd like to say thanks for watching my video, and I really do hope it helps the conversation. Thanks again for watching and look after yourselves.